Aarav had always existed on the edges of life, quietly observing the world as it celebrated the loud, the flashy, and the instantly recognized, while he moved through each day unnoticed, blending seamlessly into the background, carrying within him dreams so vivid and so persistent that they quietly illuminated his inner world, even when the outside seemed indifferent. He worked at a small marketing firm, performing tasks that paid the bills but never fed his soul. And every evening, after long hours spent in fluorescent-lit offices filled with chatter and meaningless deadlines, he returned to the solitude of his apartment, where the faint glow of a single desk lamp became a sanctuary. And there, in the quiet, his creativity found life. He spent countless nights immersed in sketching, writing, and experimenting with digital art, each brushstroke and line reflecting not just skill but emotion, struggle, and hope, a story of who he was beneath the ordinary exterior the world saw. He was meticulous, often erasing and redoing work multiple times until every detail felt right, not for anyone else's approval, but for the satisfaction of seeing his vision take form. Occasionally, exhaustion and doubt crept in, whispering that perhaps his efforts would remain unseen forever. Yet he reminded himself that shadows were not prisons, they were the spaces where light could grow stronger. And with that thought, he continued working, hour after hour, night after night, invisible to the world but steadfast in his devotion to his craft. Months passed in this quiet, disciplined rhythm, and gradually, the fruits of his labor began to reveal themselves. His sketches grew more confident, his digital art more nuanced, and his ideas carried a depth and originality that even he sometimes struggled to believe existed. Then, one evening, a small opportunity appeared. A local CAF announced a week-long exhibition for undiscovered artists, inviting them to display their work and share their vision with anyone who cared to notice. Aarav hesitated. A storm of thoughts filled his mind. What if his art was ignored? What if no one connected with it? What if stepping into the public eye shattered the delicate cocoon of confidence he had built in silence? But beneath all the fear, a steady voice reminded him that true courage was not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. He submitted several pieces and arrived at the gallery on the first day, standing quietly at the back, watching visitors wander from painting to painting. Some glanced at his work briefly, distracted by their own conversations. Others lingered, tilting their heads, studying each brushstroke, sensing a story hidden in the colors and lines. And then, a woman stopped for several long minutes in front of one of his sketches. She leaned closer, examining the details, and whispered, "There's honesty here. Something rare." Aarav felt a surge of emotion, a mixture of relief, validation, and disbelief, and for the first time, the shadows he had lived in for years felt like the preparation he needed to shine in the spotlight without losing himself. By the end of the exhibition, a gallery owner approached him, offering a chance to display his work in a larger space, promising exposure to an audience far beyond what he could imagine. Aarav walked home that night under the quiet glow of streetlights, reflecting on how far he had come, from a man invisible to the world to someone whose voice could be heard through the colors and forms he created. Yet, even in this newfound recognition, he realized the most profound change had happened within him. He had discovered patience, resilience, and the deep satisfaction of pursuing a dream not for applause, but for its own sake. Over the following year, Aarav continued to work silently, avoiding the noise of social media, trends, or comparisons. His art spoke for itself, gradually attracting collectors, enthusiasts, and fellow creators who recognized the authenticity and depth of his vision. Each new piece became a reflection not only of his skill, but of the journey, the quiet hours, the self-doubt, the determination to keep moving forward when no one was watching, and the courage to let his passion define his path. Every morning, he woke with renewed focus, not to impress, but to create, explore, and live fully within his own vision of success. Aarav's story is a testament to the power of silent perseverance, showing that true success does not always announce itself with fanfare, and that the most meaningful victories often occur away from the public eye. The shadows that once seemed limiting became his training ground, and the spotlight he eventually reached was not defined by fame, but by personal fulfillment, inner peace, and the knowledge that every effort he had invested was never wasted. His journey teaches us that the road from obscurity to recognition is rarely fast or loud, but when navigated with patience, passion, and resilience, it can transform not just a career, but a life, quietly, profoundly, and permanently. In the end, the greatest triumphs are those that remain rooted in quiet dedication, invisible to the world at first, but unstoppable once realized. And Aarav's rise from shadows to spotlight is a reminder that every silent dreamer carries within them the potential to shine brilliantly when they finally choose to step into the light.